Hey there. Behind me is a ministry called Tent America, and they have tents set up across America, as you might guess, worshiping the Lord during this time. And while they have been worshiping all afternoon, I have been here at an event called the Eastgate Festival. This is over on the east side of St. Paul, just slightly outside my usual bubble of Minneapolis. And I've been doing outreach for about 6 hours here. The festival just wrapped up, but the worship is still going, and we had an incredible time. It was so good. I'm going to share you one highlight. There was a family that we had felt led to, and went up and prayed for. It was just a father and son who were there, and I just, asked if we could pray for them, and they said yes, and so we prayed. And then after we prayed, my teammate felt led to keep praying, and she got a word from the Lord about this guy, and he was, about his past and his hurt and his trauma and everything. And this is a guy with like dreads and gold teeth and, and then like the tattoos and everything like that. And he's just like tears coming down, just streaming down his face. And we get done praying, and he's like, man, you hit the nail on the head with that. And we kept talking, and we kept praying, and we kept getting more words for him. And it was getting to the point where he's like getting goosebumps on his arm. He's like showing us his arm, and it's like, look at that. And there's goosebumps all over there. And, one of the words that we got was that he was supposed to be a pastor. And he had never told anyone that, including his son, that he had felt called to be a pastor years ago. And so I asked him, what's keeping you from going that step? He said, I don't know. He's talking about what he needs to study and, and just kind of getting through some things in life and everything. And so we prayed for him some more. We got words from his son, who's 13. And it was getting to the point where it was almost ridiculous, the information God was giving us about this family. We were all laughing about it because it was just so crazy how on point it was. And I was just sharing with him, this is what God is showing you when he does this, that he loves you, that he cares about you, that he's always with you. Now, this guy is a believer, and he gets the gospel. He understands that Jesus died for him and he's forgiven and stuff. But he really needed to hear that reminder about how God is with us and loves us, just like someone, like a good father would know and love his children. And so we got done praying for him. Then later on, he brings us over to talk with his wife and daughter, and we start getting these words about their lives too, and they're all laughing because it's like, these funny, just random things that God is showing us that are actually spot on about them. And and then later on, I've just been elated about our conversations with them all day. Later on, one of my teammates is pointing over at them and seeing that he is praying, this guy that we prophesied over about being a pastor is praying for another person there at the festival, which was like, I almost couldn't handle that. That was so incredible. It was so amazing. So anyway, keep this family in your prayers. One of my teammates lives right just blocks from them, and they each live right here in this neighborhood that I'm in right now on the east side of St. Paul. We're going to try and connect them up with a really, really good church that's over here because, let's face it, we can't follow Jesus alone. And this guy and his family recognize that too. So we'll see how that turns out. Thank you guys for praying. I'm going to keep you in touch with more of what God's doing here in the city because there's going to be more.